You have to drink a lot of water when you come out of the sauna. That is quite the sauna.
Yeah, we've been using the sauna every day since we got it going. It's been just over a week, I think. We've been having them in the morning. Rochelle's thinking she now wants to do it twice a day. It's really working well. It gets very hot in there with the added humidity. I'm completely soaked from it. So opens up your pores. I don't even really know all of the benefits of a sauna, but I do know it's good for you.
It's good for circulation, it's good for inflammation, your skin, detoxifying. There's many things that are amazing, and we just feel absolutely amazing after using it. In this video, we are going to be taking you through the full build of this amazing rammed earth off-grid sauna.
So if you're new to the channel, you'll be able to see that, and then if you have been following along, it's going to be some footage that you may have seen already. It's going to be a little bit condensed and just to show you all the bits and pieces of what we used to put it together. And do have to say one thing about using the rammed earth. We did hold a workshop for it. We'd like to say a big thanks to everybody that came for that and helped out with this small project of ours, and they did an amazing job, and we met some really good people, and it was hosted by
Max.
Yep, by a really good guy there, Max. He's also related with Clifton Schooley. We've been led to them through our rammed earth journey.
He held the workshop here, we hosted it. We had people from all over the world come and do 3 weeks. So each week there was a different group of people here, and we had people from everywhere, and most of the people had never done rammed earth before, but we're very eager to learn, and this is the product that we got out of it, and we're super grateful to everyone that joined us on that workshop.
The rammed earth too, as far as how does it function in a sauna, I mean, it's storing an immense amount of heat. So we use it in the morning, the next morning, and we're just below freezing right now. We have some colder weather coming, so we'll see how it goes then, but it's got to be 15 to 20 degrees inside the sauna in the morning still from the previous morning with just having the one sauna.
Yeah, and the walls are warm. The walls on the outside are cold and the walls on the inside are warm. So
we had a few questions about people being concerned about the humidity and it affecting the integrity of the rammed earth. So we did use a stabilized rammed earth with a sealer. And the other thing that's important, we did add a bath fan so we can run that to get excess humidity out after. But just when the fire's going in there, just that dry heat as well is going to suck a lot of the moisture out of the walls if it's been absorbed into the walls. It goes away pretty
it's porous.
It's hygroscopic.
Right, hygroscopic. We talked about that in another video.
So yeah, we'll do a start to finish for this for you guys, and hopefully you enjoy the video.
Yes. Thanks for watching. Like all of our projects, this one started with a simple concept rendering.
We hosted a rammed earth course for how to build rammed earth walls, and during that course we covered all the aspects of how to build a rammed earth, from formwork to
mixing.
Yeah, all the mixing, all the bits and bobs and components of rammed earth. So we do have really detailed videos, basically a whole section on our channel of how to mix rammed earth, and we did purchase specialized equipment because we've done other rammed earth projects, and we are going to continue to do more.
We had people come from all over the world to attend the rammed earth workshop that we held here, and we made some really good friends. They worked really hard and built us some amazing walls, which then turned into our gorgeous sauna.
And what was your favorite part of the rammed earth in general?
My favorite part was the reveal. So after the walls sit for 24 hours, you take the formwork off and then you reveal this gorgeous masterpiece of a wall that not one is the same. And it's always a surprise what you're going to find underneath the formwork. I think that the workshop attendees really enjoyed that part as well.
For sure. We wanted to make sure everybody had the chance to be a part of building a wall and stripping a wall to see what all their hard work was going to turn into. Once you've completed your rammed earth walls, it's really important to protect them. So the next thing that we started on was the roof. We did the roof with the I-joists. We had purchased a bunch of I-joists for whaler system to use as whalers in our rammed earth formwork. So we're repurposing materials. Very simple roof system on this, just a 212 slope. Kind of fits in with the other buildings that we're putting on the property as well as a bit of a modern look to them. Also carrying on with the Shosugibon, the Japanese method of preserving wood. So we did a Shosugibon fascia and metal roof. Once we finished the fascia, we added the plywood roof sheathing just for general support with a membrane. So the membrane acts as basically a waterproof sealer. When you screw into the membrane, it self-seals. So with the concealed fastener snap lock roofing that we installed, that gets screwed right through into the membrane and it seals it. Works really well. It's also nice to not have to see any fasteners.
It looks amazing.
The organic look of the round earth is amazing. Now that the roof is on, we ended up doing a damp proofing for all the round earth that's below grade, so it's going to repel it away into a weeping tile, which we installed, and the weeping tile is then trenched away from the building to help alleviate any buildup of water against the round earth.
After the backfill was completed, we started working on the floor and the tedious job of leveling that floor. It's basically just a sand floor, and we leveled it with our handy green laser level. And then we added some insulation, the same insulation that we used in between the round earth walls, for an added layer of warmth on our feet. That then needed to be raked and leveled and measured a number of times to make sure that it was straight, plumb, and flat. James came across an amazing product called a Bridgewood Slab by Barkman, and they're these concrete wood grain finish floor slabs. Isn't that what they are? They're really heavy. I remember when we were
they're 2 inches thick, and
they have a wood grain though, so they don't look like cement or concrete.
No, they look like wood.
Yeah.
A few people have walked on it to like kick it, and they're like, "Wow, that's some heavy wood," but it's really authentic looking. Can't recommend the product enough. Really, it's easy to work with overall,
and it's holding up really well because obviously inside the sauna it's wet,
right?
And also when it's snowy and rainy outside, when you're walking up to the sauna, you're getting snow and whatnot on there. So it's a good product. I feel like it's going to last a really long time in there.
It can handle moisture really well. The longevity again of that product as well as the round earth. I mean, this stuff is going to last for a long time.
The look of it is really nice as well. We're really happy with it. And when you're in the sauna using the sauna, your feet aren't cold when you're stepping on there. And I think that must be because of the insulation that you have.
It's definitely helped. I mean, to secure all basically the Bridgewood slabs together, it's kind of like a grout, but it's called a polymeric sand. And the sand is pretty easy to install as well. You just have to be a little bit careful when you're putting in place to make sure that you don't get it everywhere, because after you've installed all of the polymeric sand, you then have to get it wet, which activates the curing process for it. It is, I believe, a somewhat of a cement-based product or a polymer. So by getting it wet, it activates it, bonds it all together, and holds all of those slabs into place.
It looks really good. I'm really, really happy with that.
I did get it pretty dirty though, working on the other bits.
You did, but I mean, you can't really tell because it's got that sort of outdoorsy look. Even how James came across it is helping a buddy do some landscaping on his lakefront property. The next step that we did was the steps. So it was the same exact product, but they were bigger.
Bridgewood Steps by Barkman.
Bridgewood Steps. Not sponsored, by the way.
No, we should be.
So those,
anyone from Barkman's listening.
Yeah, so those were fun to put in. We had to enlist our friends skid steer. How much were those the 400-pound ones?
Yeah, they're like approximately 400 pounds.
Yeah, getting those in level and plumb was not an easy task. We did an entire video just on the steps, actually, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we had to use the Whacker Newson to try to flatten everything out. And they're in now. They work great. We love them.
We then carried on with our electrical rough-in, as well as the wall framing that separates the main sauna area and the vestibule area. Electrical rough-in of switches and pot lights and a bath fan. And we left a space opening here, which I framed an opening in for the venting for the HARVIA wood-burning fireplace. Also added in bath fan venting to help get out the hot, steamy air.
Our next part was to add the tongue and groove, knotty cedar, SOFFIT. Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we think it looks amazing. It was a lot of cutting and maneuvering around pot light fixtures.
Yeah, we had to cut in the holes for the pot lights. Needed your help definitely holding the measuring tape there. Working overhead is not the easiest thing to do, that's for sure.
No, but the finished product looks so nice.
Mm-hmm. Cedar is also a really good natural product to use for aging very well. We then finished up the pot lights. That's the finishing touch there. So just finishing up the rough-in for the pot lights and installing the pot light trims. They're a magnetic trim for these ones. It's nice and slick. They come with a few different colors to choose from, and we stayed with our black.
Mm-hmm. And then we had this chandelier hanging around. We actually moved with it from the city, and we never found a place for it. Now we've found a place for it. It is in the vestibule of the sauna. It looks amazing.
All the lighting installed. It's pretty amazing how different the rammed earth looks in different lighting.
Yeah.
It's one of our favorite aspects about rammed earth is it really blends in well with the environment. Mm-hmm. It just kind of, it looks like it belongs in our opinion.
Mm-hmm. But you can see the light reflecting, it just gives it a totally different look.
For sure. Yeah.
At all different angles.
I'm very, very pleased with the overall aesthetic and the outcome of it. On to the custom door. I used some more rigid insulation for the door just to give it a good R value, R10 for that door. Custom made the jambs and the frame for the door and had some spare hinges as well for putting that together. We did clad the door with the clear tongue and groove cedar, complete on both sides, and just cleaned up the edges of the door with a router just to give it a bit of a softer edge. Kicking up a lot of sawdust. Cedar is nice to work with, except for when you work with it for extended periods. It can make you sneeze a lot. Smells good, but...
It does smell good.
Yeah.
So this was the first custom door that you ever built, correct?
Yeah, I've installed hundreds of doors, but never actually built one. I did want to install the door into the wall prior to installing the tongue and groove cladding on the wall. I wanted to align all of the tongue and groove on the wall with the door. Just a little bit easier to set the door and know it's going to function how you want it to.
Mm-hmm. That was a good call because it just looks amazing.
Preparing the ceiling inside for tile, we first did foil wrap and concrete board. The concrete board is a part of and non-combustible materials that we have to put in place for the wood burning stove for the sauna. Onto the tile after the heat shield was put together. The tile does make up a part of the heat shield. What it does is allows for the heat to go in between the two surfaces. Essentially cools everything down a little bit rather than just heating up the one flat surface.
The ceiling tile looks so nice. This is a shot of it completed. It really ties in with the rammed earth nicely. It's really hard to get a good shot inside the sauna because it's quite small. But the next step that we did was the pre-burn of our HARVIA sauna stove. So we had to do a fire outside to burn off some excess chemicals and paint and whatnot before we installed it into the sauna. And at this point we were moments away from having our first sauna. There's a shot of the benches that James also built. We didn't get any footage of him building them, but he did custom build these benches and they look amazing, all cedar. And we are ready to put on our littlest, finalist, most beautiful touches, which we ended up using some antlers that our neighbor gave us. James made a robe hook on the outside that looks just absolutely fantastic. And then we also did a antler door handle on the custom cedar door on the inside and on the outside. It works awesome and it looks absolutely stunning. It's such a nice little touch to the entire vibe of this sauna.
It was your idea. It was a good idea for sure, and it's surprising how hot the bone handle gets
On the inside.
from on the inside. Yeah.
You
It
can
does get
almost not touch it when you're coming out of a sauna. It gets really hot, but it looks aesthetically beautiful and we absolutely love it.